Hi, I'm Olivia Midby, and my topic is rape culture. Now, you may ask, what is rape culture? Well, it's a westernized culture in which rape and violent sexual acts are excused, and we're blind to it most of the time. A big part of rape culture is victim blaming. Victim blaming is when you place all the blame on the victim of the violence, and if you can't see how wrong that is, you gotta check something. Now, victim blaming can be something like asking, well, what was she wearing? Was she drunk? Doesn't she know better than to take drinks from strangers? Was she actively saying no? That's not the way we should look at things. We should look at things like, well, if she was drunk, she's not able to consent. What she's wearing has no bearing on what you get to do with her body. We shouldn't have to be scared of drinks from strangers. You shouldn't be actively looking for a no. You should make sure that she's actively saying yes. And being emotionally manipulated into saying yes isn't a yes either. It has to be 100% consensual. Always. Another part of rape culture is internalized misogyny. Internalized misogyny can happen when you're growing up. In fact, that's mostly where it comes from. Now, internalized misogyny can happen when a father is scolding a child, his son, saying something like, "Don't be a girl. That's not what you should grow up to be." Now, what if the daughter overhears? And the daughter starts to think that being a girl is not as good as being a guy. And it starts to create a bunch of self-doubting and self-hate and general dislike of women. It's very, very difficult for a child growing up to hear that, especially if it's aimed towards their own gender. Another big part of rape culture is the casual misogyny, like catcalling. Catcalling just serves to dehumanize women and effeminate men and people of the LGBTQ plus community. Now, dehumanization just leads to violent acts feeling okay because, oh, they're not really human. They're just a body. They're just there for males to validate and use. That's not okay. We can do better than that. Did you know that 1 out of 6 women a year, 1 out of 6 a year, are victims of rape or attempted rape? That's a lot of people. And the attempted rape is only 2 out of 6 times. No. I'm so tired. Sorry. Attempted rape is only 2 out of 10 times. Rape is actualized, violent rape with near deadly consequences for the victim. 8 out of 10 times a woman is raped. It's deadly for her. Or devastating, highly devastating. 1 out of 33 men a year is raped as well. And these are men that are raped for being effeminate or for being gay. And a large number of LGBTQ plus members are raped because of their orientation or because of their separate gender that's not on your gender binary. That's not okay. Do you know how many shark attacks there are a year? 16 a year in the US. Do you know how many people die from shark attacks in the year? 5. 5 people die, 16 shark attacks total. And those are outlying cases. Cases where the sharks are starving and the people look like seals. And yet, it's seen as rational to be afraid of sharks, but it's not rational to be afraid of rape. Women are made fun of for being afraid of it, for fearing something that is so obvious in our culture is such a big problem. Do you understand now why we need to work on this as a community? Here are some things that you can do to stop casual misogyny, internalized misogyny, and rape culture. You can call people out on their actions to help rape culture. You can, if you hear a rape joke, you can say, that's not cool. You're making fun of something that's really not okay. Rape jokes are not making light of a bad situation. They're making something terrible seem like an okay thing. You can check your own behavior. You can check the behavior of people around you. If you start to see people acting, men especially, acting like women are machines that you put nice coins into until the sex falls out, you can call them out on it. If you start to see people being blind to rape culture, if you see them, that's one of the big problems with rape culture, is that as a society, we're blind to it. It's really hard to catch sometimes. So if you're just aware of everything that you do, and if you just understand how deeply these things harm people, you can do a lot to change what everyone thinks. So, thank you.